come in. Thank you for joining me, Jason Rome, in my bastion of all things awesome, for our discussion about communications and dream jobs within the communications field. May I offer you a glass of wine? Gnarly head Pinot Noir? No? Very good. I will just continue to sip on this glass for myself. This is glass number 2, as a side note, because this is, glass number 1 on take 2. But it's already half gone because I hate technology and I'm just figuring out how to use a webcam for the first time in my life now at the age of 26. So bear with me on this. I'm also having a little difficulty here with the angling of the webcam, so just bear with me. This is another reason why I'm in the communications field and not in the math and science field. So anyway, thank you again for joining me, Jason Rome. Welcome, Joyce. We're here today to talk about dream jobs, as I stated earlier. Now, before we go into dream jobs, let's talk about what dreams really mean, what dreams really are. It's my belief that dreams consist of 3 major things. Now, myself, I try to live by the rule of 3s. And as far as dream jobs, that rule is no exception. Dreams, and specifically dream jobs, it's about doing what you love. Not only is it about doing something that you love, but it's also about doing something that you're passionate about. Because I believe passion, as you may have seen, has been the forefront, has been the main topic of many of my more lengthy posts on our Comm 106 discussion forums. Passion is what I believe can drive and spur forward humanity into the next phase of its existence and evolution. Because without passion, and passion for doing what you love, what are we really? But also, you have to be able to make some money doing what you love. That's what makes this country go round. It's about finding something that you love doing, but you're also passionate about, that can pay the bills and allow you to have nice things, like a webcam or a nice glass of red wine, nice glass of Pinot Noir. Again, I was looking for a corncob pipe to puff on while we conducted this oral presentation, but unfortunately, I do not have any right now in the bastion. My friend Shane has about 37, but unfortunately, he is not available this week. So I had to stick with the ever so classy yet elegant red wine, the Pinot Noir. So, in any case, you have something that you love doing, something that you're passionate about, something that makes you money, and something that, this is the qualifier now, something that you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life. Something that means something to you, that makes money, that you can see yourself doing indefinitely. That's the dream. So let's talk about my dreams. My dreams for the communications field. Again, the rule of 3s. I see myself doing one of 3, if not all of these 3 major facets off of the communications major. Number 1, client services, which you may be familiar with. Client services, as inspired by one of my favorite television shows, Mad Men. I love the era of the 50s. I love the style. Laundry's done. I love the style of the fedoras, the everyone in a 3-piece suit, a nice 3-piece suit. You know, Frank Sinatra. You've got the Rat Pack. You know, you've got even the gritty gangsters were wearing 3-piece suits. Everybody looked sharp. You could rob a bank, but if you wanted to be taken seriously as a professional criminal, you had to wear a suit. Same thing with business. Everybody was wearing suits, and you know what? They looked sharp. Also, the whole 50s pop culture thing, love it. Love the style, the whole jukebox montage. Absolutely love it. So let's talk about client services. Client services is just, as we can see in Mad Men, it's also pretty much what client services in real life. based on my research. You take somebody out, you take a client out to dinner, you wine them, you dine them, you take them to a fancy cigar bar where you can break out my friend Shane's corncob pipe. You use communications 101 to make the client feel at home, to give them a reason to invest in your company. All it takes is a little bit of charm, and I think I have that in abundance. You sit down with somebody, you use communications, the basics of interpersonal communications, and you get them to come over to your camp, so to speak. Let's talk about so they can invest, or so they can be a business partner, or so they can close that deal, whatever the angle may be. That's what client services is all about. Just being there to communicate with the client or the potential client. So, dream job number 2, public relations. Something that I've always been inadvertently interested in since I was a kid. I've always had a way with words and a way with people. Whether it's the length of my conversations with people or just that charm switch that I seem to be able to turn on in the utmost chaotic of circumstances. I've always been really good at diffusing situations between two exacerbated or two warring, arguing, fighting, whatever word you'd like to use, individuals. I've always been good at taking a situation and spinning it somehow to get both parties to just stop fighting, or to get both parties to come to an agreement somehow, or to make a positive out of a negative somehow. Whether it's my own mistake or somebody else's mistake, I've always been good at somehow convincing someone that it's not a big deal. Public relations. That's really what it is at its core. And I've always been good at it, and I never really realized it until last year when I said, wow, public relations would be a great major for me. It's one of those things that just struck me like inspiration strikes many people, like a lightning bolt out of left field somewhere. So using my communications, my interpersonal communications, my communication skills, combined with my seeming talent for public relations, I think that I'd be a dangerous force to be reckoned with in the PR field. And as far as creativity, the more evil or the more vilified that a company is, to me, the more of a challenge that it presents, such as, let's take Halliburton, for example, or BP, convincing the world that, or convincing the United States that they're a great company that hire a lot of people that you should invest in, that are looking out for your interests. It would be a little bit of a challenge, but I think I can take it. I can handle it. I can tackle that. And I believe I can handle any situation as far as spin. It's my dream to one day be infamous or famous as a public relations wolf, someone who'll take the most challenging of jobs only, and that has the utmost of creativity to spin any situation in favor of the client. So, dream job number 3, Trace. International diplomacy. As I stated earlier, I've always been good at whether it's spinning a mistake, one of my mistakes or a friend's mistake. I've also been good at diffusing tense situations between two parties. I touched on that earlier, but I love my friends and I love my family, and sometimes in order for them to, yes, we know the laundry is done. In order for my friends and my family to stop fighting, I would have to be the one to step in. I would have to be the one to come in and sort out the situation, sort out whatever problem it was, and just get everyone back on the same side. Now, we're running out of time here, so let's just talk briefly about some areas where I would consider international diplomacy. I love foreign languages. I'd love to learn French. I'd love to learn Chinese. And if you can go to Europe, and if you speak English and French, and an Asian language, wow, I mean, you're good to go. You can travel pretty much the whole continent, from England to France to Germany, because most people in Germany speak either English or French, and obviously German. Italy, that's kind of a melting pot as well nowadays, and all over Western and some parts of Central Europe. As far as China is concerned, obviously everyone knows that China is an up-and-coming force to be reckoned with. So it comes down to the communications majors to step into the diplomacy field and to learn Chinese and visit all these exotic places, the beautiful country of China, to come in and say, hey, maybe the U.S. and China can be best of friends. You know, if there's ever a problem, you know, blow the whistle and come in and say, hey, Mr. Premier of China, let me take you out for a nice glass of wine or some Japanese sake or some Chinese tea. Let me take you out. Let me wine and dine you. Let me speak to your passions. Let me speak to your interests. Let me get to know you. Tell me about you. And tell me about how the U.S. and China can be friends. Tell me about how we can make a working business relationship. Tell me how we can make a lasting friendship. And let's look at other places in the world. How can we be a shining pillar of all things that are honorable in this world? So there you have it. What makes up dreams? What makes up dream jobs? And my 3 dream jobs for the communications field. In keeping with my English challenge for this year, in brevity, I will keep the outro short. Let me just say that this has been an interesting, albeit educative, semester. It's also been an enlightening semester. And Joyce, I gotta say, it's been a pleasure, and I look forward to working with you very soon, as I have another 1.5 years left at BCC before I transfer up to UMass Boston. So let's hope that this take 2, laundry alarms aside, is the take that we can conclude on. So again, look forward to working with you soon, and have a great day. Go Bruins.